Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Welcome to the last first wave of pools for Under Night 2 here at Combo Breaker 2024. I am Tabby, and I'm joined with Deadward. Deadward, how you doing today?
Doing fantastic. Combo Breaker has been so fantastic so far. So many excellent Under Night matches we've seen already, but finally getting to the end of the pools here, going to be breaking into those rounds later on. So who's going to be the final people making it in?
Yeah, we will have to see as it comes up. You know, this goes into our round 2 pools. It's our top 128 cut. So, as I like to call it, the normal Uniclair major size for the second wave of the pools. So this is where you see a lot more of the consistent grinders, people who are, more legacy into the scene and whatnot, and some of the new kids who have been rising up. But they have to still make it through this first wave of pools. They have to get through all these other warriors that I have been consistently every single pools block being like, I have no idea who you are, but I am impressed and I want to see you play more.
Yeah, getting such high attendance here at Combo Breaker 2024, 600 plus players. Yep. Breaking down to 128, there's a lot of, people who are unseeded, people that the community may not know, who have just been grinding the game with the addition of net play, been on top of their stuff, and now, 4 out. Like, a lot of people are making it to 128, but there are also so many situations where you can stumble with how many games you have to play.
Exactly, and there's been some players who I would normally see make it on in other events on the winner side of their pools are making it out losers, and then there's been some upsets and a lot of crazy action that has been happening. And speaking of which, we have some crazy action sitting down up on the booth right now as our players are getting settled in. I'm not entirely sure who they are, just judging by the people, but that's the best thing about it. I don't know who these people are, and I get to see some cool gameplay, some new tech potentially. Anything can be brought out in this kind of pools.
Looks like we'll have Rad Man on screen right here going up against Raku Max.
Okay.
Excited to see these two get into it in our first match here of this final block of pools.
Yeah. So I think I see, is that Wagner? I try to look through the back end of they're going through buttons right now trying to figure out.
I believe that was the matchup last we saw on stream. So looks like it's going to be Gord versus Eltnum here.
Gotcha. Two of the popular new I call them new characters, right? Mm-hmm. Where you see a lot of these new players coming in, they're like, oh, Gordon's cool, he's big scythe man. Oh, Eltnum's cool, I love Melty Blood. Like those are the kind of people that are seeing that and they're like, yeah, I wanna try these characters out. And they're very popular when people are just sort of getting the foot in the game, or people who were playing way back in ST. So let's see how they're able to handle it, how they're able to figure it out, and how they're going to start this first round, which is good old 5C, just really controlling the early spacing right now. But Raku Max finding their way in early.
Yeah, Gord may be a bit of more of a boomer character. People remember when he used to be a little bit stronger. Got some love here in Uni 2, but it's Raku Max off to the races here, putting Rad Mad Dad into the corner here.
Yeah, just going for early gunshot sets right there. Going to just try to open him up with a nice grid break on the air command grab. And dive kick hitting really low there. So Rad Mad Dad trying to find their way out of these situations, trying to regain control of the pace of the match.
Well positioned here. Many purple bullets to spend. Those plus frames being challenged by Rad Mad Dad, but still the trade will work out in Raku Max's favor.
Oh, missed the link right there. Gets good block on the overhead, but not finding any way out until right there with the 2B connection.
What a bold mash there, but Rad Mad Dad will have to look out for that. Raku Max really likes the plus frames we've seen so far.
Yeah. Raku Max does like this plus frame. They like sitting at the far edge of the screen, bringing the gun out whenever they need. Both those big hits that they got were off of just gunshot into 236C.
A little slide there for the plus frames off the EX. No tech on the gold throw. That new move added to Eltnum here in Uni 2.
Yeah, and just getting blown up again and again and again. The air unblockable right there. Oh, misses the gunshot. This is big for Rad Mad Dad. Make something happen, but couldn't figure it out. Raku Max regaining controllers.
Watch out here. More plus frames. Shielding, though. Getting that grid advantage for Raku Max. Already won the first cycle. Going to win the second one as well.
Yeah, utilizing that 6-6B really well in those corner situations. Oh no, missed the combo. Tried to go for up kicks, but it's not going to work. Raku Max getting hit now, losing all of that veil off. Didn't get a cash out for any of the CVO. Has to hold this Gord pressure.
Huge grid advantage for Rad Mad Dad. Getting the plus frames, but the challenge from Raku Max. Danger here. Pop the Vorpal. Still 2 hits away. Block on the overhead from Raku Max.
Oh, the 6-6C coming out right at the very end. You can see I was like, okay, I'm going to space it out. They're going to try to go for that, but just walked slightly too far forward. And Raku Max was ready to, just rip it right at the beginning.
Yeah, and like you were talking about before, we saw Raku Max do like the full mag dump in that first combo there. Eltonum can get that perfect reload, get those perfect purple bullets, and those offer more plus frames, really something that you want to finish that first combo and get as many purple bullets as you can.
Yeah. The enhanced bullets are very important to Eltonum's game plan because it also allows her for some specific routes or routes that are only possible if you have a certain amount of enhanced bullets. The CSM doesn't work on that. They're considered airborne.
Yeah, a little decision paralysis there. Gordo with many invincible options could have picked there, but going for the wrong one, that only hits grounded opponents.
Yeah, a lot of people, will say just go for CSM if you're going to go on a reversal, right? You saw the red flash, just like, oh, I'm going to do what feels right, but it's one of those situations of a character being airborne. 616 does connect, but no big hit, but these Sims coming out again and again and again until Cutting Sync comes through.
Oh, grabbing across the screen. That little extended hurt box there from Raku Max, grabbed by Rad Mad Dad.
Yeah, it's also like CSM range is always a little bit larger than everybody thinks, right? You're like, oh, I'm safe. No, I'm going to get hit by it. Stay in the plus range to the 236C. And now just staggering out. But Raku Max has had these really good challenges on all of these like gaps in the pressure.
And that's the second time we've seen Raku Max go for backdash off that EX Mortal Slide. So we may see Rad Mad Dad try and call that out like with an increased C to try and catch the retreat there from Raku Max. Overhead connects.
C66B once again working out great. Going to go into the AAAs. Reload. Oh, okay. TRM.
Enforcing the cycle mix here as well. Has access to chain shift. Already has 200 meters, so no need to optimize there, but the gold throw will take it for Raku Max.
Yeah. Just keeping that run very consistent. They sort of saw what happened in the last one. It's like, okay, I was maybe getting a little crazy, trying to do a little too much. I'm just going to keep it simple. Hit him with the gunshots, cancel him to the EX, and try to keep the combo going. We've seen that drop happen a couple times, but in the first time, Rad Mad Dad was able to, like, oh, I'm just going to press out of it, but then it's been a little bit more hesitant now on the follow-ups of it.
Yeah, definitely more higher variance in this round one of pools. People are still warming up. Their tournament nerves are here. You're playing on the big stage in front of a huge audience.
Yeah. Ooh, 22C gonna get ripped out right there. Raku Max back. Oh, okay, once again, gunshots. C, and now we get the full follow-up. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no, misses it, but Rad Mad Dad teched out, but didn't recognize the punish situation, be able to go with like the 226X.
Out of enhanced bullets right now for Raku Max. Rad Mad Dad going to put us in a one-touch situation here. What's it going to be? Vorpal 1. Chain shift will not be enough. Saving it for the mix here. Catches the backdash, but cannot convert plus frames off of the chain shift. Goes for the standing overhead, but the challenge by Raku Max going to take this first game in the pools block.
Yeah, that was really, really tight at the very end right there. You saw, like, they had it. They had the game plan going. They're like, okay, I just need to find an opportunity to open up, and then after the first like block string and a half, they're like, oh, they're not challenging anything. They're just gonna hold down back. I'm gonna stagger out a little bit, but Raku Max was just like, oh, you're staggering, cool. I gotta press my good buttons now. I gotta get out through this pressure, and did a really excellent job.
And Raku Max, such a good decision at the end there, trying to scramble with the backdash, like got hit in the air, which meant that there was no easy confirm for Rad Mad Dad to find. And that kind of scramble situation created the opportunity for Raku Max to kind of like make the way out, find that final hit.
Yeah. Definitely, I think if you see a Gord player, someone like who potentially is coming up later in the block, deeps, goes for a lot of just like the hard commit into like a special buffer at the very end. So it's like, oh, I got a weird hit. You're at least getting ASM, so it comes out quick and deals a little bit of that extra damage where you can. But yeah, excellent stuff from both players. Raku Max is going to be moving on, past that first round of the winner's side of their pool and moving on forward. It's that first game on Stream Luck. You get that,
yes.
If you're rest of the pool, you're running hot.
Everyone's seen what you can do. They see you coming back from the setup like, yeah, 1-2-0. Like,
yeah.
The intimidation factor is there. We've got Neeno coming up against Samaran.
Oh, Samaran. I didn't know Samaran was here. Okay, cool. Shout out to Midwest. Samaran, yeah. Yeah, reading's hard. Samarian's here. One of the long-time uni players. I feel like, at least through ST. I think it was ST, not EL, that they started in. Ohio, if I remember correctly, specifically. Yeah. So they're like a long-time grinder of the game. They definitely don't come out as much to other events and whatnot, but they are here at Combo Breaker and they're here in the pools trying to make it work.
The return, Uni 2 has brought so many ST players back in, finally giving clear players the competition that they deserved. And
but some of those clear players have been caught up and surpassed them. Like you saw like, some of the early days, some of the SP guys coming back, and even some of the EL boomers coming back and being like, oh, I actually have to like remember how to play the game.
Oh, for sure. Definitely the muscle memory is not enough. So much has changed, not only in the Uni 2 version, but also in ST to clear. And we are getting right into it. Yuzuriha versus the Landrekia.
Yeah, and Landrekia is one of those like strike throw enthusiast characters that people have been really pushing as very strong in this version of the game. So let's see if Samaran can handle it, or if Neokino can use that Yuzuriha to the fullest effect. He does some good early pressure, but Samaran found the DP into immediate repressure situation, freezing him out in the corner, trying to get some saucy resets.
Yes, Yuzuriha known for having very poor Oki, and Landrekia known for having incredibly impressive Oki. Veil off will be the answer here from Neokino.
Wanted to space him out, but Samaran, realizing the teleport situation was coming up, I was just like, okay, I've got my one-button DP. All I got to do is react pressed when I see you come close to me. Taking that first game, hitting him with the early 6-6 season, finding an ace cross-up off the Rec series.
Yeah, into the low there, and now into the corner. Getting set up here with the EX.
Okay, yeah, double overhead routes right there. Just said, I actually like this from Samaran. You see a lot of other like Landrekias try to cash out that second freeze for a better Oki situation, but they're just looking to loop it again and again and again, consistently get those freeze restands and try to make something happen. Oh! Yeah, flipped out of the VO right there, but just cash out that meter, Ice Storm, 236C, find a quick little air confirm right there to close out that first game.
Yeah. Spend the Veil off. It may have whiffed. You may not have gotten the situation that you wanted to, but now you have access to those two EXs to kind of get plus frames and force your way in. And Samaran doing exactly that.
Oh, and we see Neokano going to switch to the Eltnum. Realize, sometimes like, hey, I want to try the Yuzu in bracket. I gotta play my wife. But then you play the character you might be a little bit more comfortable with. So we'll have to see how they're feeling right now. See if they can change up the Samaran's momentum that they've had so far. And right now, pressure looking very good for Neokano. But the DP ends fall coming out for Samaran.
Samaran has been so precise with the force function reversals here, showing it once again. Had a very, very edge of the hurt box interaction there against Yuzuriha while she was in the air. So super well placed in these reversals.
Yeah, let's see right now. Just staying very cautious. You're waiting for those situations where you're gapped out slightly and you're seeing Neokino want to press. Plus frames right now. Oh, DP follow-up was not punished within the gap right there. Neokano not fully prepared for that situation. So Marian's going to take full advantage of it right now. Get the ice free set, catch him with the is it calling back medium punch?
The follow-up to the 4C there. Hitting with the overhead, going to take that round for Slamarian.
Okay, gets a hard knockdown. Oh, finds a nice gold throw as well. Gets a reload. A little early on it there, so no enhanced bullets. Full frames. Good blocks right there. Going to be able to punish on that. Slamarian being a little risky with those mix-ups right there.
And perfect route for the side swap as well. Getting the positioning here, but going to let Slamarian tech out.
Yeah. Oh, big counter hit bullet, had the CS as well, so should be able to close it out as long as they keep it tight or choose to spend the meter, but they don't even need to. Get that $200 for the next round.
This character swap working out fantastically for Neokino right now. Seems much more confident in everything that's been going down.
Oh, no. That DP was so, I had the right idea to be able to get through it, but that Rekka specifically moving him forward, spacing it out with how the angle of the DP.
This is tough now. Neokino now standing against the 4C, which now lets us get the low, lets us take the round. Almost a perfect there.
Yeah. Samaran realized, oh, you're going to DP. You've been doing it a lot in the gaps I was showing him as well. You're probably in the same mindset. Had that read and was correct at the very end right there to take that, moving on forward in the pools.
Little pop off from Samaran. Winners round 1 of pools. Just yes, I got it.
It still got it. Still got it. All right. Excellent stuff, though. I hope to see Neokino make it through. Hopefully they keep that Eltnum going through. That Yuzu, I definitely was saw the right vision, but that Eltnum felt so much stronger, and I hope to see more of that in the future on more Under Night tournaments.
Definitely felt like the matchup the experience of piloting was a lot there. Everything felt more confident, more precise in where it was getting put. Where the Yuzuriha felt kind of I know what my strong options are, so I'm just doing them.
Exactly. And up next, it looks like we got Torin and Dino 8.
Under Night known for their player names, and got one of those coming up right now. We got Dino 8 on player 1 in the Ken Enough sweater here.
They are Knuff.
Sometimes Dino 8s are Knuff.
All right. So you're getting those buttons rebound right now. These are two players I'm not super familiar with, unfortunately. So, you know, we get a lot of that in the early stages of these pools. Just people, it's like, I don't know who you are, but I'm happy to see where you're going to be.
Yeah, same here. There's quite a lot of players who have come in kind of in the online era with rollback added to Undernight. So have not really had an opportunity to kind of enter the greater in-person event community. They're just here to play some games.
But you also had, like, you know, a lot of people who were like playing Claire towards the end once E2 did get announced, who just never really left their local, right? Or like left their small little online friend group. So we're seeing more of them come through, and we're seeing the Merkava and the Tsurugi. I believe this is a button check.
I was gonna say I can't believe it's not a button check.
The backdash with 5A against the Tsurugi, try to react against the force function coming through. I can see it. I can see the game plan. The lines are clear.
Counter poke 5A from Tsurugi round start, catching the extended hurt box. That's infinity IQ.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, that is something that is like you want to like look towards the Merc matchup for those of you at home trying to figure some out. Round start options dealing with that. A couple characters can deal with that. So get in the lab, figure it out.
They found it out here with Torin.
Yeah. So we'll see. You know, do they want to commit to that 5A check right there at the round start, or are they gonna go for more traditional options, just dealing with the standard RPS of the round start? But we're getting immediate jump in.
Torin off to the races here. Counter pokes, no thank you. I am getting my great starter, getting my corner positioning.
Oh, but couldn't finish their play right there. So Dino doing a good job of just getting a hard knockdown, ending in smart steer, and then consistently landing this Oki, but bionic arm connecting. Should actually close up the round if you keep it tight.
Dino is so smart there with the early smart steer ender to win the cycle, but Torin is just getting in there by any means necessary.
But you already see Dino Aids is recognizing how Torin's playing. Torin's very willing to commit to these high-risk, high-reward options. That are what Tsurugi is looking for. So they're willing to just back out, up back, stay away, try to get out, but Bionic Arm connects from anywhere on the screen almost.
Dino Aids has been putting a lot of 5A kind of stop signs out. The force function forcing the way in, but going with the barrier breached on the low.
Yeah, seeing the crossover and the good recognition from Dino right there to be able to catch with the 2B, but Torin right now just like being super aggressive, pressing, trying to find their way in, not really even letting Dino play too much of the standard game they want. That's still connecting on the crossover hurt box and needing another hit to fully send him back into the corner, but can't find those enders. Oh, IW doesn't connect there!
My jaw was on the floor when that force function connected cross-up. My goodness, Torin is looking like an unstoppable beast here.
Yeah, but you're already seeing, like, once again, the up back JB right there, or, JC, just trying to close out, saying, hey, you need to, stop. Stay over there. Get away from me. I don't want to deal with this. And finding the assault in and then immediately recognizing the shield situation, be able to go low and check it. But Torin staying with the aggression, getting the guard point on the J2 226B.
I will also say that while Dinoaid's like these stop sign buttons are working out, they're not converting into any knockdown, into much damage at all. So Torin, I think, is emboldened to kind of just keep pressing in because he's always going to deal more damage.
Yeah, as long as you're just even getting this, like, this 3K routes right there, just consistent damage again and again and again. As long as you are dealing more damage than your opponent, you are going to win. And these bionic arms have been working perfectly for them.
Oh my god, the guard point on that jump in, allowing Torin to kind of navigate past Dino Aids there, and now working on a perfect.
Yeah. Catching him with the overhead as well. As the meter to go into CDO at the very end right here, but well, no, just CS, get the extension. That gives Dino Aids a chance to make it out, but a DP gonna close it out.
Quick 2-0 there for Torin.
Yeah.
Dino Aids so smart, though, with the stop sign buttons that we were putting out there. Saw how Torin would kind of drop and then not be willing to challenge there, so just putting out like a 5A, a 5B seemed to be the perfect solution to making sure that Torin did not take any more than they should have.
Yeah, exactly. Just being able to have that right game plan, be able to control the tempo of the match very, very well, but just couldn't consistently lead it into like knockdown over knockdown over knockdown, which is where you see Merkavas generally excel, is getting knocked down, worm set, worm Oki, check them boys, but
yeah, definitely the story of that no worm Oki means that the Merkava player is having a very terrible time of things. Mm-hmm. Also, I think that was like 4 out of 4 bionic arms.
Yeah, and that's the reason why 236C is such a good tool for Tsurugi, and you see a lot of these Tsurugis use it is because it's a forward-moving, invulnerable plus on block super for $100.
Yeah.
For $100 out of your pocket, you get to be in there. It's on your opponent to avoid getting hit by it. But you even saw moving to the top of the screen, being like, I don't want to deal with this, still getting clipped by it.
Exactly. Doing so much there, and we've coming up on our next match here. Unknown players. Do you recognize either of these, Tappy?
I don't off the top of my head, but we're just working on getting some of this information all input in.
And excited to see, okay, we got Ibiz versus Jess T on the player 2 side here.
Yeah, not familiar with either of these players, But one of them rocking the Emerage hoodie. Always classic, And there, Landraki and Merkava. Most excellent.
All right, gonna see more of characters that we've seen already here. Landrekia, of course, has been a character that people have been pointing to of being very blessed in this most recent version.
Yeah, but even like with the changes that Merkava got, was weakened a little bit in some aspects, but is still a very, very strong character. As long as you keep your core game plan going, it can be difficult roll getting through, but not caught out, but the 2B will connect.
Off to the races here. Finally, Worm Oki achieved. Here we go. Lebez is in.
Yeah, but I like that going to the CS, seeing that they weren't committing to any big options right now, finding the opportunity to poke out and clear those worms. But Leb's not letting that get to them, keeping it very, very tight with these these 2B and 6B confirms. Big J3C.
Yeah, big risk there taken by Jess T with like a middle round start, but also had the option of Ice Rain, Ice Projectile. Definitely could have been ignorant there, allowed to do something a little unexpected.
Yeah, it's always a little scary, just like hard committing to the Ice Rain, because if your opponent has that read on it, you can be put into a very sketchy situation. But now Worm's coming out. Jess T can't clear out of this one, shielding out of there, very risky, but Leb's still finding the way to close it out.
Oh yeah, those worms can add damage even to throws, so getting grid broken by a Merkava throw while the worms are out can be devastating to your life bar.
It is a very scary situation. I always respect the players who do try to go for those shields and being like, hey, I can get out of this. I know you're not going to try to throw me here. Just though, finally getting a little bit of a chance to play their turn, finding a chance to escape the corner and get these GameStop trades.
Of course, they're just going to win the cycle here, even after taking all this damage. Chain Shift will not do too much for them yet.
Oh, and I like that. Just use those enhanced J3Cs to just clear out and change your momentum a little bit to escape the fireball, escape some of the air momentum. Galeb's not having it right now. Will get DP'd though finally.
Sees the red mist, but no reversal without meter.
Yeah,
Lebez, though, still going to take that.
They were sitting at like 98 meter right as that happened, so they just weren't able to fully connect to it, but they will get it right at the round start, knowing that Jess has been wanting to go for some of these poke situations. Now have to hold the assault mix here.
Finding a mash there, it looked like, and a huge grid advantage here with the worms down. This is guess for game in a very dangerous situation.
And this is what the Merkava player wants to be sitting at. Should be able to close it out very quickly. No meter needed with a 2-3-6B.
Not even the chain shift and a perfect for Lebez.
No, there's no, I understand the practice, because technically chain shifting at the end of your combo to have the meter gain go up is optimal, but why risk a round? Why risk the clean 2-0 in your match to try to do something that's technically more optimal for practice and habit's sake? Especially at an event like this with the amount of pressure. You can see the crowd behind these players, and not only it's just Uni players are watching me. Oh man, the melee players are going to be watching. The melee players are going to make fun of me if I don't continue my combo.
Yeah, you're perfect working on it. Suddenly they tech out because you chain shifted. They kill you, and everybody sees it, not only in the venue where they can harass you in person, but on the stream where they can harass you online. Is just too much.
Yeah. Oh, I see a couple of I see at least one hooligan sitting down.
Known Undernight commentator Deeps rocking the fit on the setup right now.
Deep's cowboy. It's the parentheses like the fake characters,
Like it's a Dragon Ball character, like Super Saiyan 3. Yeah, we got Cowboy Deeps coming in, going up against.
Oh, it's Cherio. Okay, yeah. So Cherio is is like a known grinder, right?
This is Kuzukaze.
Kuzukaze. I was looking at spoilers for the next match. It'll be pretty cool. We'll have to move that, but yeah. Kazuki Kaze and Deeps coming in through. Kazuki, I don't remember who they play off the top of my head. Deeps, well known for their Gordo. They do have a couple other characters that they can bring out, but most likely you're going to be seeing the Gordo.
What was he looking at? What was that? They're just setting buttons.
Yeah.
This is a disturbed cowboy, folks.
Well, he's got to look around, There
Yeah.
could be
Deeps has
outlaws
got an
around him.
itchy trigger finger. What are all these faces for? He's so expressive.
Yeah, that's why we love Deeps. That's why we love Deeps. Shout out to NorCal.
Gotta love Deeps. Shout out to NorCal coming in against a phone-on from Kuzukaze.
Yeah. This is the most quintessential combo breaker match because this is someone from, I believe, NLBC. So this is West Coast, East Coast in the Midwest. Here for Uni 2.
Oh yeah, no coast, no kings, but you gotta represent where you come from. Deeps coming in from the West Coast here.
You're coming in from the dark right now as you're connecting with that early 5A after the jump and attempt right there. Going to be keeping a hard knockdown and finding an early charge 5C. It's a great early thing to pull out from the Gord side of things. Recognizing, hey, okay, this is what you're not looking for. I'm going to be able to gain a lot of advantage from some of these new tactics that Gord has to bring to the table.
Yeah, a very delayed overhead, rusty nail starter.
2-2-A, trying to keep it safe. Win for a 2A, whiff right at the very end. Not going to connect, so be a sim into the 2-2C. Will, though. Oh, last fall. Oh, why would I doubt? Why would I doubt Deeps? Why would I doubt Deeps?
Deeps was like, I'm going to knowledge check these commentators. Do they know that you can combo off of this? Oh, my God. Going for one more Grim Reaper. Mortal Slide for the plus frames. A force function response from Kaze.
Yeah, and still finding the counter trade right at the very end right there. Keep it tight. Gets the Vorpal as well. That's an experience, the Uni player thing. Seeing that microcharge at the very end, and you're just going to keep simming them again and again and again to close out that first round.
Deeps is showing off right now. Doing devastating damage here and just kind of bringing out all the unexpected kind of knowledge checks that Gordo has.
Yeah, I mean, at these early stages of pools, if your opponent's if you can see that if your opponent's not comfortable with your character, you got to bring out those knowledge checks. You got to be like, hey, are you going to be able to deal with these shenanigans?
Yeah, and I mean, the how much each player is thinking changes up so much there, because Deeps, has the knowledge checks, has done them many times before. Meanwhile, Kaze is reacting to all of this in real time. So, Kaze has to think a lot more about this offense than Deeps probably does.
Yeah, let's see. He gets the rebeats, uses the 6SF to come through. CS there, recognizing the green shield on there, going to get a full grid break and a full combo.
That's right. On the road, green means go, but in Uni, green means throw. Deeps harassing with these Asims right now.
Do it again. Okay, good challenge. Thank you, Kazuki, for not taking that another Asim right there. You can't let Deeps get too many of those. And now finding a great reward off this hit as well. Going to bring him back to the mid-screen situation. Regain a little bit of this control here, but see Grim Reaper coming out.
Also giving up a lot of cycle here for Kaze. Deeps' grid just keeps going up and up and up.
Yeah, Deeps is just playing very cautious, right? I'm going to just shield the projectiles as they're coming down. A great throw right at the very end. Still gives Deeps this cycle to get that C-Sim to close out the round. But I like this from Kazuki. They're sort of figuring things out. They're figuring out the flow, the pacing. They know what they need to do.
Yeah, and definitely keeping the offense up much better here. Looking more confident, but a Grim Reaper bust through from Deeps.
Yeah, it's Grim Reaper is a very, very solid tool because a lot of the phone-on stuff at that range is a little bit slower, and with how fast both A and B Grim Reaper is, honestly, for some of these situations, it can be pretty beneficial. And see Grim Reaper Ender, get the good damage going down. Now just play patient.
Threatening Celestial right now. Oh no, the backdash is going to lose enough grid, but I mean, Deep's such a big life lead. Kaze, though, off to the races, packing on some good damage here.
And this is Uni 2, any little bit of damage can add up really, really quickly here. Gets a good throw. Only another situation, catches the low, but not able to get a full convert off of it.
And I like not doing the immediately there, knows that Deeps can threaten with Wake Up Chain Shift into a reversal. So
let's go good routes right there into the CVO. Doesn't get the full follow-up ender right there, but can still try to make something happen here on the block string. Asim trades with the fireball.
Dangerous here. Rusty Nail, though, beating the EX. The fist bump there. And Deep's going to continue on the winner side here.
Deep's getting on the saddle of his horse, riding off into the sunset, looking for the next challenger to come through, saying, goodbye, partner.
Oh, it's a lonely road out there. The Ranger must go on.
Yep. But excellent stuff, from both those players. Deeps will be moving on forward into the later part. I believe that should put him now into, I think, one away from for the winning in for top 8. Or top 128.
Deeps will be moving on in bracket. We'll be moving on to a quick ad break. We'll be right back with more Undernight Pools action.
We got a little bit more going on before that. Yeah, we're still got a little bit to discuss. A little bit to talk about. A little bit to let it breathe here at Combo Breaker. We're having a grand old time. Folks, if you're at home, once again, as usual, please make sure if you are not following the low kick stream, do so. It's always wonderful to help support these boys. Shout out to Bryce behind the desk, making it live for us. And make sure to check out all of our sponsors in this quick. And welcome back to the Uni 2 pools here at Combo Breaker. Thank you for tuning in, supporting all of our sponsors, and thank you to our sponsors for supporting the event.
Got some exciting matches continuing on as we continue on the winner's side.
Yep.
Once again, these players will be fighting for the chance to make it out. 4 people will be making it out of these pools. And we've got Onyx Dude versus Cherio coming up next.
So let's talk about these two. Onyx Dude, if you know him, the other Rurik here, putting in the work, putting in the grind out of the MDVA. Longtime Merkava player, was one of the people who was really helping a lot of people, especially during the pandemic, was really getting a lot of support for these newer players coming up. Cherio, for those of you who don't know, is predominantly a Guilty Gear Strive player. Is a very good Anji player, and has been making the time, putting in the reps towards Uni 2.
And repping a Anji-like character here as well. Enkidu threatening, got this new force function in the update to Uni 2 and already putting it to work against Onyx Dude.
Yeah, 6FF being a very, very strong school, especially versus Merkava. A lot of those buttons are going to have those extended hurt boxes, so they're going to get clipped by the full follow-ups after the parry state as well. And we see Cherio just playing very patient, popping that CS, trying to catch Onyx, doing something in that screen freeze. But Onyx is playing patient, hey, I'm going to charge up, I'm going to get my grid, I'm going to hold this cycle, and you got to beat the little boy coming down.
Yeah, may have also saw that Onyx Dude was so ahead on grid, I'm just going to make sure I get the meter from chain shift, even if I can't do much with it.
Yeah, exactly. You always want to try to spend that grid if you can, if you know you're going to be guaranteed to lose it. Nice C parry right. They're going to get out of the situation. Charge 5C not going to connect. No, Onyx ready for it, but not ready for the 2C, but no follow-up.
Yeah, Havoc 2C starter. All of that damage left on the table for Cherio. Onyx Dude off to the races here. Can go for the infinite worth to finish and the chain shift to keep a little bit of that meter in your pocket. Onyx Dude taking the first round.
Walking away with 100 and 150 meter for that super right there. Always very beneficial. Nice connection for 214s. Tech's out over on Cherio's and trying to find an opportunity to get in there, but Onyx Dude has just had these very, very good press situations in the these pre-finest frames.
Yeah, shielding a jump-in is basically like an anti-air in Under Night, so Onyx Dude perfectly answering that jump-in from Cherio and getting the full punish, threatening infinite worth again here. The minimum damage has been buffed on this so much, but not enough.
Yeah, not enough. VO out as well, so you don't even get to pop that CS that you had to try to make another quick comeback with the 260. You got to hold all this, and this is Cherio's chance to shine. Use that meter, try to stay safe, but no, just being very, very patient right now.
Still no EX stomp in the pressure, just kind of using the threat of the plus frames as the plus frames, but Onyx Dude will take the second round.
Yeah,
here.
went for C parry at the end. I was expecting them to look for a closer range IW to stay plus and just try to close the distance, but they're just trying to catch out Onyx Dude right now. See if they can make that happen in this next game. And they're already looking solid up to this early start, finding these interactions that go in their favor.
Kind of getting a few drops here for Cherio, but I will say the stagger pressure and the rebeats are already looking fantastic for someone who is not as familiar with the series.
Yeah, but they're definitely one of those players who's able to put in the work, able to put in the grind to make things happen. Quick little A-worm set, just bring him down, and it catches him after the 6FF attempt trying to, control the neutral. And here we go, no follow-up, that's a little too far out, so 6-2-3-C gonna work out for Onyx Dude.
Oh, little throw bait there with the assault, taking us to the corner once again.
set. See Perry not going to connect as Onyx is too far out to make it happen and catches him low off the worm mix, but can't find the full follow-up. Scaled a little bit too much on the hit stun.
Yeah, very strange starter there. Not able to finish the conversion. 6FF, big starter here. Not going to build the infinite worth and not going to...
No, didn't have the full follow-up to get the combo out. Was not ready for it, so that gives Onyx another chance to live. But Cherio looking at a pixel and a dream right now. One-touch situation for either player.
Watch the infinite invincible reversal here from Onyx, dude. But the final hit connecting. Cherio now up around.
Yeah, making a big comeback, sitting at a pixel of life. Seeing like, hey, I can do this. I can get through this whole situation. JV gonna get shield, or JC gonna get shielded right there.
Yeah, not quite a punish there, but we'll find the hit for Onyx, dude.
And I get the run-up throw, being, hey, you're going to be watching these worms, trying to figure out how I'm going to mix you. But Cherio wants the back throw of their own right there. Nice 2v connection, though.
Finds the punish here. The life lead is widening here for Onyx, dude. So ahead. Has the positioning as well. Onyx, dude, grid broken off the green shield.
Yeah, recognizing it. Now just waiting for Cherio to do something aggressive out of the wake-up situation. No, they want to try to snag it right there, tying the rounds up. 1-1 here on this game. Onyx trying to close it out. Cherio trying to make a comeback. Let's see what can happen.
On set point, full meter for both players here. Check the grid, though. The whiff green shield lost a ton for Cherio, and the force function will also deplete a little bit of that cycle going to Onyx, dude.
He just spacing right there. It was great from Cherio right there. You saw them use the 4C to clear out the worm. Oh, they tried to 6FF through it, but it was slightly too late right there. Next, got the extension as well with the good Oki. But see, Perry will connect this time because you're a little close.
Yeah, Onyx dude's mashes all seeming to connect here. Great defensive instincts on this player.
Oh, yeah. Tried to see Perry once again. Using it a little aggressively. Like, you saw Onyx was ready to just constantly be checking them out and be like, hey, keep doing this again and again. I just don't want to deal with it. I'm going to wake you burn that meter.
All right,
like,
let's see it. What's he showing? That's so...
Inescapable Okizeme? No. But yeah, excellent stuff from Onyx, dude. You know, showing that they still got it. They definitely, you know, I haven't like they stopped a little bit towards the end of Claire, if I remember correctly. But then we're like regrinding a lot. I know they're at their locals consistently, really playing, really like elevating other players around them, and you know, getting those good games in as well with some of the other you know, MDVA people. But yeah, shout out to Cherio as well, putting in the work for Uni 2. Hopefully we see you around more, that you're playing more than just Guilty Gear Strive.
Oh yeah, transferring those skills, getting good at one fighting game makes you much better at other fighting games as well. So
Exactly.
excited to see what that Anki dude can do.
Yeah.
And also excited for Onyx dude, you know, doing so much for the community, getting to shine here at Combo Breaker, take some games, take some sets. Looking fantastic on this Merkaba. Oh my, we have Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, is that?
We have Miguel O'Hara, perhaps.
Who? No, there's someone. Is that Poob? Yeah, it's Poob.
Oh, we got Poob setting up the leverless, setting up in the outfit here.
Yeah, Poob. I was like, who's Spider-Man? Who's the guy who always dresses up Spider-Man at every single major? That's Poob, putting in the work. But what is it, Spider-Man 2099? Is that one?
All right, comic book.
Multiverse thing. Yeah.
Comic book nerds, help us out here.
Yeah. Please roast me in the chat for not knowing this variant of a Spider-Man costume.
This is very specific Spider-Man. Yeah, definitely have seen some interesting kind of outfits worn by Uni 2 players. Of course, I forget his full tag, but it's Transformers, and he wears the Optimus Prime thing to
DBZ
everyone.
Formers 10.
DBZ Formers, yeah.
Naruto GoBots, my goat.
All right. On the other side, we have ATL Riot.
Yeah. One of the I know Riot mostly through Guilty Gear Strive. They were someone who's doing a lot of TL work on it, but I know they're a player. They've been playing a lot of things, and they do commentary as well for some stuff. So good to see them on more Undernight action here. We'll see who can make it out right now, because Poob looking aggressive, trying to make that $60 comeback like they had at the auction tournament last night.
Oh my gosh. Really spent for that one, but that was, he didn't catch that. The Byakuya ended up winning.
Yeah, good old Silent won that one, but we'll see who can win this one right now. Good CS finding the opportunity to catch the whiff and get a run up, close that gap on the phone on, and a 6-6C gonna connect at the full distance, bringing him to the corner.
Woohoo, Havoc Assault Starter, gonna tag on a little extra damage here, and a lot of meter to threaten with the stomps, with the resets. Roll.
Oh, great backdash on the throw attempt right there against Riot, but only had the punish in this next situation right here with another great counter hit starter. Seeing that extra little bit of poison damage trickle in the beginning. No cash out, just wait for them, trying to see if Riot will do something a little aggressive, but they waited, and they got rewarded with these 2A confirms.
The knockdown here, plenty of resources, keeps the cycle as well. That shield was not enough for Poob, so...
But 4C is always, like, it's something that you always have to worry about with Enkidu players. It's a great button that disjoints their hurt box back, and it's one of their better starter options that they can bring to the table. It also destroys projectiles, so if you saw Riot try to go for like a geyser or just a normal projectile, it would just clear through it. Very, very good stuff from Poob to recognize that situation, and good recognition of that 2A as well.
Mashing after the pull in there. I'm not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with me. Kick loops.
Yeah. Doing kick loops on the P1 on the P2 side. All right, stay in tight right now. Great shield from Riot just to push him out, making sure that even that charge 6C can't connect at the tip of the hurt box.
Also that grid allowing Riot to win the cycle here, threatening with that damage bonus from Vorpal as well, could chain shift at any moment.
And I like that. Like, you see them being a little bit less committal and pressing on those further out situations, forcing Poob to make these riskier decisions to come through. Can't finish your combo right there, so Riot's got another chance to try to make something happen here. Good assault out, but Poob was ready for it. Keeping it tight off the end of that first game.
Such excellent kind of conservative play there from Poob, you know. It feels like Riot had everything they could have wanted that round. Won like 3 cycles in a row, had 200 bar for such a long period of time, but Poob was always playing in a way that it never seemed like the right time to fire off an EX projectile, anything like that from Riot.
Right now, just basic stagger, but the 6FF coming up close. You see Riot is like, hey, zone out for a little bit. Okay, got to come up close. I got to try to open you up in some capacity, but Poob is always ready to be pressing that 6FF or like 4C. Some of these other great options that Enkidu has dealing with that.
Full stagger pressure here, increase the low.
Yeah, had the plus frames off the 2-2C, but Riot was just waiting for the minus frames to come in after the next hit. Nice parry after the CS.
Putting the pressure here, 6-6C, and connecting.
Yeah, it's always a very risky punish to try to go through the Rekkas if you're not ready for it. They're shielding out now in the corner, feeling a little bit more comfortable. 6FF though, spaced at the perfect end. And you can see this from Poob. They've got their recognition on Riot's shielding habits, feeling like, hey, they want to try to push me out as far as possible, try a little bit of that more traditional zoning game. I'm going to wait until they push me out once, so that I'm at the perfect range to blow them up with options like 6C and 6FF.
Yeah, Poob really showing the great anti-zoning potential here. 6FF and also the 4C. Just all these buttons from Enkidu that are pull him away, armor him up to make sure that he can beat these far-range buttons.
See right now, having to hold the pressure. CS parry, bring it out once more. Good throw tech out there from Riot, though. And the patience waiting right there. Force function trying to open Riot up. Do it again!
Oh my gosh! The double assault catching Riot both times and finally converting. Your Poob is off to the races.
Oh, late green shield right there. That was very, very scary on Riot's end. Poob, though, not being able to recognize it. 6FF, though, will recognize the parry. Close out that round, taking it 2-0.
What an exciting set at the end there. Sitting cross-legged on the setup here. Poob looking super comfortable. Like this is just another net play tournament sitting at home.
Poob is just channeling their inner, old Street Fighter 2 player. They're sitting cross-legged on the floor with the Moss stick, but, had to bring it to the modern era, so in a chair with a stickless controller.
Yes, with the leverless, with the little shark next to you as well. Poob looking super comfortable in that Spider-Man costume.
But, hey, if you got... Poob is a prime example of showing that, hey, you got to be comfortable in these tournaments, right?
Oh, yeah.
You got to do whatever you need to do to get you into your zone. Like some people it's listening to music, some people it's having the crowd yell behind them. Some people, really just depends on what it is. But Poob being like, yeah, this is just another net play tournament. I'm sitting at home cross-legged. I got my Spider-Man costume on. We're good to go. Listening to, I don't even know what. Listen to the Uni soundtrack as I'm playing.
Taking it just like another day in the office. Like, this isn't anything big. I don't need to stress out. It's just another game of Under Night. I've played many of these before.
It's another day in the office for the most employed fighting game community of Uni, too. But it looks like we've got Shaded Fox and Cow Defenestrator coming up on deck.
Been waiting to see Cow quite a bit this weekend, kind of one of the runaway Yuzu players here after the release of Uni 2.
Yeah, they're a player who's been around forever. It feels like almost at this point. One of the longtime Yuzu players, definitely, and also someone who helps a lot out in the Yuzu chat of the Uni Discord. So excited to see, what they're bringing in with Uni 2, how they've sort of decided to change their game plan. You notice that there's every Yuzu I kind of feel like is doing things a little bit differently right now. Everybody's like, yeah,
kind of a big height difference here on the setup right now, but that's all right. Cow, don't watch this set back. You'll be doing fantastic here on this Yuzu.
All I'm saying is that David versus Goliath, right?
Oh yes.
Sometimes all you need is a slingshot and maybe a 2FF.
And
User, yeah.
One of the most devastating neutral setups in a fighting game.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who Shaded Fox plays. I can't remember off the top of my head. We'll obviously find out after these players get through their buttons really quick. But depending on the character you play, Yuzu can actually be very difficult to deal with in this version if you're not fully prepared with everything that she can bring to the kid. So it is Londrekia. Okay, yeah. So Lond actually does have a little bit of a slightly easier time dealing with the Yuzu stuff, right? If you can get to a pretty safe situation to if you have the meter, you want to throw out Ice Storm, it can actually catch a lot of the Yuzu stuff early because it does take a little bit longer of a startup situation. Also, with the one-button force function, you can deal with the closer range pressure if you're able to get through sort of the neutral slash scene bringing out.
That did come up in when we watched this set earlier on in this tournament. Is that force function not requiring a directional input means that it can kind of destroy a lot of Yuzuriha's teleport mix-ups.
Yeah, it's a very, very useful tool if you're able to react to it and if you're ready for it. So we'll have to see right now. Shaded Fox finding these 5Bs out of the corner, but Cow immediately takes it back and finds a big counter hit early on.
Cow gonna keep this corner positioning as well. Already has the cycle and already baited the force function for devastating damage here.
And this is why you can't just blow that force function out right from the get-go, trying to deal with the Yuzu slashes, because she can space herself out to deal with all of them very, very consistently. You have to wait until she puts herself into a situation to get force function.
Oh, tried to close the range there, but a jump into Bato there from Cow.
A good extension right there as well. Just trying to find these hits where they can. Immediately catches them with the teleport low. And I love this from Cow. You're seeing them constantly play very, very safe and parrying through the Ice Rain right there. And that is the one advantage that Yuzu does have in this. If you are ready for it and you can react to that EX Flash, you're not committing any options, you can get through that, or you can get through that instant, no problem. You can and you can also parry through it as well. That was Sway, not parry. My apologies, Yuzu players. I know Carp will be in my mentions about that.
Devastating first game there from Cow. And yeah, people think that you can just fire off like that, can't block during stands, but that reaction Sway is just a little bit too easy for any Yuzu to do.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Spacing out perfectly, seeing that, hey, Shaded Fox really likes to try to press out, as it is. Londrekia is very good at doing that, but I'm just going to say these perfect spacings not to deal with it and keeps opening him up again and again and again.
Perfect here for Cow Defenestrator, and also now Infinite Worth on deck can pump out a ton of damage here. Potentially could three-shot Shaded Fox.
Okay, goes for the Ice Rain right there, closing him out, but Cow still finding the air slashes.
Position here. Once again, people will say that Yuzu struggles to win cycle here, but Cow has just been dominating so much that it seems like every Vorpal has gone the way of Cow.
Yeah, it's one of those that, you as the Yuzu player, it's like, hey, my Vorpal game is going to have to be a little weak, so you as the player have to sort of overcompensate that. And Cow was able to do that very, very consistently in those games, taking it 2-0 over Shaded Fox.
Yeah, bit of a technical perfect there, only getting the chip damage from the Ice Rain. Cow Defenestrator taking it perfect in round 1, and then a little chip damage in round 2, but otherwise just looking incredibly dominant there. So excited to see who Cow will be playing to make it out of this pools on winner's side, because I feel that Cow has, is looking for a challenge after that one.
I'm trying to remember the pool. I was just looking at it during our little ad break right there, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, and also because you could even be someone who's a very experienced player in that, but not everyone, for the longest time, not every region had Yuzu experience, because there was only really 4 Yuzus for a really long time, and unless you lived in Northeast, PNW, or Midwest, that was really the only large-scale Yuzu experience that you were getting. So just really depends on all these different matchups, all these different games, and it'll be very, very exciting to see what happens. But what's happening right now is we've got our Frosty Faustings champion sitting down, Defiant. who you may have heard of their name once or twice. Maybe
going up
times.
against Flame Money Sign here. Defi recently announced Boston Blue Beats sponsored player here.
Yeah. Always good to see, you know, players of Defi's caliber, getting these big names attached to them, able to support them in their endeavors as a competitive grinder.
Yeah, I mean, Defi has been grinding Under Night for so long, was huge in the clear era even before Rollback came out, and now winning, Frosty Fausting is one of the biggest tournaments after the game was released.
Yep, was the first major winner, and then as well as you've been seeing them through like every single online tournament they've been entering and doing very well in, with a variety of different characters, ranging from the original Hyde that they're more known for, to the Carmine, to they played Aurier last week.
And they won Frosties with Landrekia, and then that character has not been seen in like forever. And one thing that will happen often with Under Night tournament streams is that people will stream their own run.
Yep.
And then once they're eliminated, they'll go raid whoever is hosting the tournament. And I feel like so often I feel bad for the tournament organizers because Defi will have the most viewers and then win.
Yeah.
So it's like all those raids. Defi, I needed those.
Yep. You gotta support your gamers who are grinding, showing off their stuff. But their opponent also is Flame Money, sitting down. Not too familiar with this player, but they got a sick shirt. I'm not gonna lie, that shirt's kind of fire.
Oh yeah, looking super stylish here. The sunglasses on the head as well, and another Yuzuriha player.
Okay. Yeah, and sticking with the Carmine for Defi. I think Carmine's, if for a player like Defiant who can swap between a couple different characters, Carmine's a very good pools pick, because it's a character that if you're able to run your game plan, it's hard for the opponent to actually get through it, right? Being one of the true mix-up characters of the game. So we'll have to see how they handle it, how they're able to get through it, and how they're going to make it happen right now, staying very patient. The Flame Money already going for the up backhand, finding the J2A with the elbow, but definitely not letting that get to them. They're keeping it tight.
Already jumping in off to the races here. Wheel Oki increasing the JC and faking it before going to the low.
Yep, having the delay landing, going for the classic mix-up. Didn't even need bomb set right there, but you'll get him here. 1, 2. Check it out. Hold this mix. No, you'll just get hit by the wheel. And definitely going to use that opportunity to close out the first round.
Yeah, meter flows like water in Uni 2, which has really helped out characters like Carmine, who wants to enforce that EX mix in the corner, gets access to that far more often in this version of the game.
As well as the general damage increases. It's been very, very beneficial for Carmine. I see Defiant playing patient, trying to utilize that force function to try to blow him out right now. See, good hit, and finding the big confirm, recognizing the puddle was placed under them, but can't get the full extensions. Instead, we'll get a quick little wheel mix. The Flame Money blocking it out.
Oh, increasing the overhead there. I'll try to go for the parry that Yuzu has off of that 4B, but not going to connect.
Yeah. This is the classic bomb set right here. See the wheel. This time Flame Money blocking it out and finding actually a great dash out off the up back stance right there. Defiant didn't release the negative of his bombs, trying to catch him out of something else, but instead you'll be seeing it here. Puddle placed below him, so you got to be very, very careful.
Yeah, stancing in the puddle is such a dangerous situation to be in. Running out of buttons to press there, and Defi finding the counter poke.
See Defi thinking about it, trying to figure out everything. You'll be like, okay, how can I keep this a little bit tighter? But Flame Money also looking very, very calm, very just like, hey, I'm going to be able to try to deal with you. I'm going to play this classic Yuzu game of up back and walk away, get away from me. You got to only talk to the blade, but Defiant says you got to talk to the blood, running up close.
Devastating here. Oh, threatening Celestial now, which Defi will get with the extra assault grid. Now super high damage, just running over and over again, but 4B will bail out Flame Money.
Go, get slashes. Just finding the early pokes, right? It's, always good to get damage where you can. Definitely going to be hurting themselves for their combos, so even if you're only landing these early hits, you're still going to be getting a little bit further out. But here we go. Bomb set, wheel behind them, charging one more time, and the bomb coming out as you're trying to parry out, which is not going to happen here. Defiant going to see one more knockdown into 200 meters. CS and IW get a little bit of that back.
Yeah, I'm liking that Flame S is not resigning themselves to their fate here, still trying to scramble against a lot of the setups, find an opportunity where Defi can't confirm, but, Defi has seen all of these struggles before, has played this character so many times, it's just not working out for Flame Money.
Yeah, well, just, if they can get the extension out right now, but right now, Defiant looking very, very solid. Just running the standard Carmen game plan over and over again. Not even going for the fuzzy, trying to catch him out from pressing, but you'll see the fuzzy here now. And it works out with the CS. Going to get the big conversion to loop back into the 2-2C as well. Oh, no. Drops it at the end, so we need one more intermediate fuzzy right here.
Once more, and something I have not realized before having like the live game player cam in front of me is that Defi is like smiling while he's comboing people.
Yep.
Like this is real life Carmine. Genuinely like psychotic.
I think it's actually very funny with Uni players. I feel like they are either the most expressive when they're playing or they are stone cold silent. There is no middle ground.
And Defi completely locked in here, not giving an inch, and especially if you feel like you are top 8 or champion material at this tournament, with 600 players, getting knocked to losers at any point, you have to play so many more matches. If you want to be consistent, you have to stay in winners.
Yep. Yeah, and that's especially in these early stages of the tournament. It's you play less games. You have to spend less of your mental energy to clutch it out. That's why you see when someone's in winner's side of grand finals, they tend to win more than people in loser's side.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Fun fact. But up next, we got a couple of players going to be coming up shortly.
Yeah, we got lowercase Blossom going up against Octo Definitive Edition.
Yeah, Octo was one of the like late ST like Claire kids. I remember seeing them Frosty Fausting. The first time I ever saw them was Frosty Fausting's 2022. And they were still very much like getting their feet, trying to figure out like, okay, how am I playing this? How do I want this character, like my game plan to work? They were not a safe player. And then over the pandemic, they were really grinding. They were really playing a lot. And they've shown great growth. They're, in my opinion, over 2020, like really 2022 especially, they were one of the most improved players in the entire scene. So it's always great to see them coming out to these events now and doing well, sitting at this the upper portion of this bracket.
I'm also going to use this as a learning experience, has learned so much, gained so much knowledge, leveled up to such a degree. Now, this is the test.
Yes, this is the test. But they're playing Blossom. Blossom is no, they're no stranger to this stage, this scene, and this game. They're definitely someone that you do have to worry about. I don't remember 100% who they play off the top of my head because they've swapped characters a couple times. But they definitely know how to play gaming. I swear Blossom's at more majors in a year than I am.
Real traveler, world warrior, Blossom. And set up with the custom headphones here. Maybe going to be listening to their own music instead of the game sounds.
You gotta listen to your own tunes. You gotta know. Blossom, let me know what your music you were listening to during this set. I gotta know.
Drop the tweet.
Yeah,
we gotta know.
Drop the Spotify playlist.
One player this weekend put their Apple Music in front of the screen. I'm like, I don't know that album. I'm sorry. Oh, Kuon here from Blossom.
So Blossom is playing Kuon. I think I remember them saying that. So yeah, it makes sense. A character that can generally do it all while being a little bit more aggressive on the set play side of things is something that they are definitely looking towards. We'll see if Blossom is able to deal with the Nanase menace of Octo Definitive Edition. Octo the Rock coming out.
Excited to see it. Nanase is a character that people have been looking to often, and one that people have said, in the ST era was a lot weaker compared to the rest of the cast, and now just the glow up has been crazy, and also Octo, sticking with it the whole time.
Yeah, Octo, this is a character they were learning on. In some people's opinion, in Claire, they were a very underrated character and underrepresented, but in this version of the game, they were definitely putting in the work, and now with access of things like that, the new 2-2X series, getting a little disc to have to force to hold the Oki. But Octo just say, nah, we only need one touch of Oki, then we're going to deal big damage.
And it's so interesting that the meta around the 2-2 input, the disc there, has been that instead you space it out such that your opponent doesn't get hit by it meaty. Instead, they know that they cannot press a button without being counter-poked by it, and you threaten with that instead.
That's the exact thing that they want to be worrying about. Octo doing a great job of utilizing his force functions right there. And a great use of that air fireball, finding the back hit onto Blossom as they were looking for a teleport. Now forcing them into the corner. Flash kick, though, will flush it out. C-Ring going to try to open him up, but Octo finds the heck out.
B flash kick so large there, even outspacing the disc. Check the grid war going on at the bottom of your screen. Will this hit be enough to win the cycle for Octo? Yes, we'll earn the cycle.
And just goes for the basic 6-6, 50-50 right there, but Blossom not ready to block the second follow-up to that. Octo taking the first game.
Devastating first game there from Octo.
Yeah, just showing the strength. Like, Nanase is a character that has, like, we've seen some very good mix opportunities, but then also deals a large amount of damage. But Blossom finally finding an early first hit. Should be able to get some great reward all the way to the corner.
Yeah.
And utilizing Pillar to catch out these, like, jump out attempts coming out from Octo.
And confirming that into a full combo here. Blossom controlling neutral fantastically with the needles, with the pillars.
Keep it simple. Great Abare off the 5A right there from Blossom. Really trying to make anything work, trying to catch out from this pressure. And Octo having these 2-2C routes as well. Looking very, very clean.
Oh, can't quite go over the EX disc, but Blossom can't quite convert.
Yeah, was not high enough for the that move to connect right there. So instead, Octo going to be able to take a little bit of damage and deal a truckload of their own one more time. No delay tech, get out of the projectile. I respect that roll. I think that roll, a lot of times you'll see a non-state player try to, throw something out to cover that, or use like a series or a fireball, and the roll will be able to keep himself safe for it. But Octo ready to just play patient. You can see them even playing patient right now, waiting for Blossom to make the mistake and capitalize on it.
And also roll kind of a newer mechanic here. A lot of the players I feel are not 100% sure how they want to cover it, how they want to deal with it. So Blossom definitely choosing a good option to show here in a 1-to-2 situation where you've got a lot of things to show. Yeah,
also showing some big damages at IW Ender though, and getting a nice throw. Octo not going to be able to use any reversal out, but they will here. There's going to be a big momentum swing over back into Octo's favor. Stealing that corner, taking that turn away. Oh no, big damage. Oh, doesn't finish it though. Okay, that's fine.
Keeping the stagger going, though. Still one round away. A lot of green shields here for Blossom will win them the cycle unless they spend and get hit. Octo Definitive Edition going to clean it up here, taking it over Blossom.
Yeah. Excellent from Octo. I really like Blossom's game plan on that. I think Blossom was playing very, very well. Just Octo, it was playing like Octo. They're playing super, super solid, utilizing that high damage of the Nanase to the fullest extent, and even utilizing new routing options. They saw a very consistent use of 2-2X in their combo theory, which is not something that you've seen from too many other Nanase players. So excellent stuff. And if I remember correctly, I believe that is the win and out to top 128. So that is going to be Octo moving on to the winner's side there.
Fantastic. Getting that round 2 so important here. Among the esteemed top 128.
Yeah. And we moving on to that round 2 pools, which is, I think, right after this.
Oh.
The round 2 pool starts right after this.
Well, don't go anywhere, folks.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be getting into Flank Roast, the Batista player from, I believe, the Midwest, going up against Torin, who we saw earlier on the Tsurugi.
Yep, the Tsurugi, who was showing dominance on their aggression and their unrelenting pressure. We're going to see how they can deal with a little girl holding down back who's got a flash kick and a projectile.
Yeah, I saw this match on our upcoming list here, and I thought, man, if there was any character who I think Torin's playstyle would struggle with.
Yeah, we'll have to see, who they do end up selecting right here. The little voice inside our heads was telling us that they might be picking Waldstein. There's always the opportunity for that. And I definitely have been, I think you're seeing a lot of these more, fundamentals-driven players swapping over to Waldstein. Due to Waldstein being a character that gets a lot of really good reward for just being fundamentally sound at the game.
Oh, we'll get the Batista pick at least to start us off here.
Yeah. It is a character. Batista is a very hard character to try to play multiple characters at the same time with, just due to some of her higher-end execution requirements. That's why you saw Foxoff swap off of dual-maining a character and focusing solely on Landrakia at this point.
Oh yeah, you may have heard of how little people like to play charge characters in other games. Batista is a double charge character, charging not only from back to forward, but from forward to back and down to up.
Yeah. All right, I'm just keeping the defense pretty safe. Pressuring out right now. Good tech out of the 2-1-4 series, though. Flank Roast now finally finding the first big route of this game.
Yeah, that grab option from Torin is very good at finding people green shielding, but it also does give quite a bit of grid due to the throw tech. Grid break of her own for Flank Roast, really going to make the most of this increased damage from the grid break.
Yeah, caught stand shielding right there, so Flank and Roast bringing in the disco ball, but it's not going to work out. No time for a party here, just time for some damage. Flank Roast immediately finds that X scramble to go into their favor. Oh, doesn't kill though. Too scaled too much, but a 2FF will close it out.
Yeah, Torin maybe a bit more of a 90s music fan, going to throw the disco ball straight in the trash. The bionic arm into overhead here for Torin.
All right, pressure, yeah. And this is a big thing. Like, you're seeing Torin really utilize that 2-1-4 series, try to catch out a TRF from Flank and Roast, but Flank's not biting onto it, really just able to hold the pressure. Oh, they thought that flash kick was going to work, but they canceled out of the guard point, but no punish.
Bionic arm once again flinging himself at Flank Roast right now, but Flank's going to win that cycle once again. So much meter to spend.
Goes 6-6. Trying to mix him up, but didn't cancel into the FF in time, so Torin was able to find that punish opportunity. Now going to be bringing him all the way to the corner.
This unrelenting aggression from Torin is so smart. More plus frames again. Opened up, picked up, and Torin going to take a round against Flank Roast.
Yeah. And that's an unrelenting aggression that we were talking about when we saw Torin on earlier. They are very willing to just do whatever it needs to make sure that they can close out that round. So Flank and Roast down being like, okay, we can't let that happen again. You gotta play my game. You gotta handle these gem detonations. You gotta handle this pressure, but you gotta handle this bionic arm into the overhead. And you tried to press and you got counter hit, Flank and Roast. That happens to you in this game now.
Yes, the biggest, most important change, Batista finally getting counter hits. So difficult to deal with this guard point from Torin, just getting him in every single time.
Yeah, that was so smart from Torin, recognizing the ball was out and that Flank and Roast was using A-beam, or a B-beam to try to cover the skies. So went down below and was able to catch him out. Bionic arm going to be connecting as well. This is the kind of party starter that Torin really needs to make this happen.
We be seeing it one more guess. Flash kick is a threat here. Jump into the throw, but this A starter should be enough with the minimum damage from Infinite Worth. Flank Roast well positioned, no drop. Doesn't even need the meter. Going to take that first game.
My man did empty jump throw versus the flash kick character holding down back. That's a level of like, you're not going to do it that I haven't seen in a long time, and I respect it.
Look, that's the Torin way of doing it. Torin looks you in the eye and asks you to blink. This is so strong.
All right. But Flank and Roast just able to play it very, very calm, right? We're going to see it happen again and again and again. Where, hey, I got to get into my game plan. You got to deal with it. And I got to do these flash kicks while I'm seeing that little fancy red mist behind you. Catching him with the hay follow-up on it.
More plus frames here, shielding the way of Flank Roast, though, going to get a lot of grid, especially with the throw tech.
But now has to hold all this damage, right? And that's the thing with Flank Roast. It's like, yeah, you can do a lot of this crazy pressure. You can spend this meter on Bionic Arm. You can do everything. But I only have to get like 2 hits on you, really, to close it out. And then I got to play safe with these beams, with these balls, and the disco balls if needed. But C-Beam going to come out at the start. Yep. Oh, catches him with the slide this time at the force function follow-up.
Yeah, Torin, I mean, super devastating in first to 2, but I feel like Flank Roast has kind of picked up on the pace that Torin plays at and should be pretty clean in taking this now. Yeah, finding the throw bait.
Once more, nice press right there. Torin expecting a throw, so ended up getting counter hit by the 5A. Flank Roast trying to make something happen with the armor off the 236B increase. Almost worked out for them, but Flank Roast should close this out with a C flash kick. Shout out to Sweet though.
Fist bump is there. Both of our players should be making it out of pools now. Flank Roast on the winner side, Torin on the loser side. Man, what a set there. Torin almost taking a game over Flank Roast.
Yep. Doing excellent work right there. Like, I really like Torin's play. I think it is just like, it is the right idea. I couldn't tell you what's missing, but
yes.
you are right on that cusp, and I hope to see. I can't wait till the next Uni tournament where I see Torin enter it, and I get to watch more of their sick Tsurugi gameplay. But they're still on that was the winner side. They're still on the loser side. They still have a chance to make it out of these pools, and we'll have to see potentially later Because right now we got a couple of characters coming up. We got Mr. B and we got Jolene Donuts. Jolene Donuts, otherwise known as their old tag was Feral Phonon. So fun fact, they're a Phonon player.
I was hoping so. Sometimes people try and hit you with the mix-up like that. Yeah, Mr. B coming out from Boston, from the East Coast here to Combo Breaker, repping the Boston Blue Beat tag, and, you know, playing Aurier, who has been kind of a point of discussion.
El Gordo.
Yeah.
El Gordo back in action. But yeah, Jolene is a very, like, confident Phonon player, right? There's someone who was, over the pandemic, a lot really grinding and really trying to get better. This is another West Coast, East Coast matchup happening here in the Midwest. No coasts, no kings.
Coming together to make it happen, to finally get to play one another. And we've got the Aurier lock from Mr. B going up against Jolene Donuts on the Phonon. Locked in here. Colors selected. Let's see it here. Still on the winner's side, of course. So could be more on the line. But this is still, again, so many matches to be played here. Over 600 entrants. You do not want to be sent to losers early.
Yeah, that is, like, you want to try to avoid it as long as possible. That's what these players will be doing here. We'll see what these round starts are going to be. Jolene probably just going to, play very patient, expecting Mr. B to do something a little aggressive. But Mr. B just wanted to charge the cycle early, so Jolene then retakes the pressure of their own. A thrust going to be able to find a counter hit, but no full pickup.
Check where the cycle's going here. A mash out by Jolene Donuts, also winning the cycle as well as packing on this damage here.
Yeah, being able to sneak it out right at the very end there with those hits. Keeping the forward momentum up, but a great recognition on the 2A, knowing, hey, that jump is fake if you're not pressing anything.
Got a bit of a gamer head shake here from Mr. B as they get opened up by the 5A, tossed into the corner here.
You see, ends up getting clipped out of it. Now clipped the low as well. Mr. B just realizing, hey, I can't play defensive, actually. I can't play a little bit safer. I got to keep this aggression up again and again and again, taking the first round right there.
Perfect little pickup there by Mr. B. Small meter advantage here, but we're both pretty full.
Yeah, now we're just going to be able to see the same enters that we're going for. Didn't want to cash out. Wants to just guarantee that they can get that cycle with that charge. Now go for the 2-2X setup. Stagger out with these lows. Mr. B looking very, very clean right now.
Knows that they won't build enough meter for the infinite worth. Going for the CVO ender and the perfect for Mr. B.
Mr. B is the prime example of something that a lot of us say, which is just press 3 buttons to win the game sometimes. Don't try to do your fancy routes. If you have the meter, you have Vorpal, and you can CVO, and they're like 3 health, just do button, CVO, IW, win the game. No need to try to make this more difficult than it needs to be, but Jolene wants to make it a little bit more difficult here, finding these early interactions, swinging into their favor, trying to keep this corner pressure up right now versus Mr. B.
Threatening such corner pressure, but some clutch shields there by Mr. B will win him the cycle, and now the corner positioning as well. What side was that on?
Yeah, I don't even think I knew what side that was on, to be quite honest here. A thrust connecting, really needy right there. I think Jolene was looking for a backdash, expecting a Thanatos set right there.
Man, yeah, uni backdashes are invincible, but not for that long compared to other games with invincible backdashes. So you can be easily caught with something active like A thrust.
All right, good smarts here, under right there. We get 3,600 off that. That's crazy. And now finding another quick little opening right here. That's been, I think, the big thing with Mr. B is they're very, very good at finding these openings against Jolene right here. That's the strength of Ori. If you can't open your opponent up, the character has a little bit of a harder time making things happen. But Jolene finds a great green shield right there to be able to get a grid break throw.
This is where the comeback could start, folks. Seen a few more interactions here for Jolene Donuts, firing off with the projectiles.
Yeah, and I actually like this a lot from Jolene, just keeping the forward momentum up, forcing Mr. B to play back a little bit. It does keep that cycle in your favor even while grid broken, so in the post-recovery situation, you can still maintain it again and again. Unfortunately, Mr. B was just playing patient, being like, I don't need to play the cycle, I need to play you.
Yes.
Able to take that one 2-0.
Excellent play there. Kind of wrapping it up with that Persona counter hit and punching that ticket to winner's side of 128 here.
Yes, 128 in our round 2 pools coming up a little bit later today. It's crazy that we're able already to filter through like 400 people. But it took 2 days still. It took 2 whole days of playing this game. Which is crazy for Undernight.
Yeah.
2 days of Undernight. Who would have thought?
We're in the big leagues now, folks.
Who would have thought?
600 players plus.
Yeah.
huge.
It's huge, and these people who have to like make it through to get this level have to put in the work like tenfold to be able to actually clutch out, and especially the people who then make it even past that. The level of play is getting higher and higher every single day, and you got to keep grinding, keep playing this game for
and
as long
so
as possible.
stressful. Damage has gone up in this version.
Yep.
The variance seems to be up, and people are still, performing at their best. And we've got Onyx Dude versus Straylight from New York City coming up next.
Yeah. So keeping it East Coast this time. But first, before we get to that match, we're going to let those players do a button check as we check out our sponsors. And welcome back to Uni Pools. Thank you to our sponsors for supporting the event, and thank you for supporting the stream.
So excited to be back into it. Onyx Dude versus Straylight coming up next. Coming in, the New York Wagner player who has switched to Kaguya in the most recent version.
Yeah, Straylight is one of those players who's been around the French Red side of things for a very long time. So they're very comfortable swapping between characters depending on what they feel like is best suited for their skill set. And Kaguya seems to be what they're looking for in this version of the game. Meanwhile, Onyx, we saw earlier, is going to be sticking with that Merkava, channeling that inner Ivory dude, really wanting to make things work here.
All right.
And this is the first. I feel like this is the first Kaguya I've seen on stream this weekend.
Probably, has just recently come out, and all.
That was blackpeoplemeet.com. Oh my goodness. Love these guys. Love these fellas coming up.
We should have never run ads before this because they were just able to talk to each other like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if...
Oh, they were talking to each other in the crowd. They were
talking.
Oh my God. They were in bodega chat talking to each other. Like,
this is collusion, folks.
Yeah, our top player collusion here in our pools as we're getting into it. Kaguya on the left, Merkava on the right. We'll see who's able to take it right now. Straylight just staying very patient, knowing that Onyx wants to be a little bit more aggressive on the round start because they want to try to lead in these situations and gain full control of the matchup. But here we go. Nice use of the 6C right there. 6C.
Check out here, threatening.
Yeah, staying very, very patient right now.
Oh, 6-6C, very plus, and hits crouching where her normal projectile does not.
Yeah, I love this patience between these players. Just the constant standards knowing, like, hey, both of us are trying to press these longer range buttons and really make something happen. But
I especially like it from Straylight with the grid advantage there, like knowing Onyx Dude may go for like a crazy assault just to get that grid advantage, but you can just play passive knowing you're going to win the cycle, just play that defense.
Yeah. All right, but bomb set going to be working out here for Straylight, making things happen right now, just keeping the stagger very, very safe. I noticed the tempo in this match is very different from the first half. They were both very patient, very respectful of each other, but now they're like, okay, clock's going down, things aren't happening as much as we'd like. It's time to get the pressure going, just back off. Onyx waiting to just block out, try to figure out what you're going to do, how you're going to mix it up, but you can't block forever. Straylight finding a way.
Yeah, throws are a lot more dangerous in that version. Straylight just threatening by standing at that throw range and eventually finding the throw with from Onyx Dude. Now backing away, 22 seconds left on the clock. Can definitely zone it out here, but this life advantage is so slim. Any hit, any chip damage is enough for Onyx Dude.
Yeah, you just have to be able to make sure you actually get this extension with the combo to last this whole time. The timer freezes during the IW, but it will kill. So no timeout, no Uniclair round ends right here. We're in Uni 2. We're dealing damage.
I was so curious if Onyx Dude was going to take a gambit of, oh, I have to timer scam after this combo, but I get to keep the 200 meter. But yeah, I think that would be so risky.
I think they were looking for that, right? I think this is something you have to consider, but also you're like, hey, I want to make it out winner's side. I want to, just deal with this round right here. And Straylight also looking for the same thing, going to be able to keep it clutch right now with this extension and the 623C ender. No bomb set? Nope. The strike throw.
Okay, cycle maintained there for Onyx Dude, and corner secured with that excellent side swap combo, setting up the worms.
Oh, big trades on there. Straylight was looking for the ADP to get out, but Onyx Dude was keeping it safe with the media, using the GameStop bucks in their favor. Pressure right now with the worms.
Staggering. Oh, that was not TRM, was it? That was just gold throw, no tech.
I believe that was a gold throw, not tech, though. I'd have to look back over. I can't remember.
That is a tough way to lose game 1 for Straylight then. Definitely, I mean, the worm Oki was so oppressive.
Did you see the size of Onyx's water bottle? It was gigantic. It was bigger than his head.
He's a thirsty guy.
Stay hydrated.
You know what website he's on.
All right, great stuff from Straylight right now, just keeping the pressure, you know, very, very standard. We're now seeing these players play a little bit more patient, recognizing, hey, we both know what we want to be doing. We recognize that in the first game, so we need to not have that happen because one of us has to win. One of us has to make it through, and the longer this timer goes, the riskier it is for me to win this game. It's sort of what both players are thinking. But right now, Onyx dude now being the one to find these results again and again on these hits and hold this mix.
This whole situation is off of that 4B anti-air from the center screen, finding this hit now.
Going, oh, yes, there we go. The ADP is what you're seeing Cherio look for, right? They're really just wanting to be able to get those cancels, try to get those side swaps. But Onyx, dude, will say, no, you can hit me with that, but I'm going to hit you one more time real quick, put themselves on match point.
All right, here we go. It's felt like it's been so close, but Onyx, dude, now has just completely locked in, seems to have the read, and these 4Bs have been connecting every time.
Dagger out. Nice use of the up kick right there. This time, Straylight going to be able to get the side swap that they're looking for. No, they want to keep it mid-screen. Because we'll be bringing you closer to that corner as well with the CDP ender. Oh, tried to dive kick, but I'm spaced out for you. I've got the CS. I don't need to worry about any of that.
Here comes the rally from Straylight, finding the grenade setup there.
Yeah. You know, those mix-ups looking pretty ghostly over here for Straylight. Being able to constantly keep them locked down. And now we're playing back to that patient game, going, hey, I don't want to do anything too crazy. I just want you to catch these hands. Bring them to the corner now.
Such a nice starter here, and the grid advantage is so far in Onyx 2's favor here, but the great roll creeping edge out from Straylight, now keeping the corner positioning.
Oh, I love that. Using the Smart Steer CS right there to catch Straylight from like trying to do something aggressive on there, and found an overhead mix on it as well.
And not a place people chain shift often as well is not punishable, so you rarely have to like cash out to make sure you don't die, but Onyx dude finding the mix up instead.
All right, and now just delay stagger rebeats, right? Trying to find an opportunity to open them up. Catches them as soon as they want to mash right there with that CS right there. Dive kick OS coming out for Onyx, but didn't work out. A Straylight going to be leading them back to the corner yet again to hold these grenades. No, I'll delay tech, then Vio say, get off me.
That's what people have been saying about Kaguya, just delay tech, and she has no mix. And we see it there as Onyx dudes was not really threatened by any of that mix after the delay tech, but full screen EX here for Straylight.
Should be able to cash out a lot of damage into one more mix opportunity. Taking it all.
Oh my gosh! Straylight taking game 2. We are a game apiece, folks. What an assault there at the end.
Excellent, excellent stuff right there from Straylight. Let's see if they can make that comeback over Onyx. They try to take the throne right here. Good tech out for both players. Now resetting back to that full screen situation.
Concentrate war won by Straylight.
Yep. Had the screen positioning, so be able to gain grid a little bit faster. All right, pops that CS. And it's just playing very patient. Once again, he's being like, hey, you have to come to me, right? Technically, I have the life lead right now. I'm more than willing to stay over here.
Oh, backdash out of the pressure there after the chain shift as well. The cycles seem to just be trading hands here as each gets the increased grid generation of not being in Vorpal.
Yeah. I'll say that that up back with the grenade that was sitting around on top of him was very scary. If Straylight had recognized that, they would have been able to like just immediately cash out and get him with an unblockable. It would have been almost devastating. But right now, Onyx not letting that get to them, letting this pressure get to them right now. Straylight finds an opportunity to press out, but 3-cat coming out once again for Onyx, dude.
And we've kind of slowed the pace down to kind of what it was game 1, round 1 here. Very, very slow on the aggression and the neutral from both these players.
But we saw when we were able to keep that pacing on it, that's where Onyx dude excels. So Straylight's like recognizing that going, oh, hey, I have to keep this aggression up. I have to make sure the tempo stays in my favor so that I can be able to be the one to clutch this out.
Exactly. What a reaction there from Straylight on the tech.
CDP once again in the corner. 18 seconds left on the clock. Onyx got to make something happen, but they got to get thrown right now.
And after being a game down, Straylight is now taking the lead here on set point.
Stagger once again. C-beams coming out, but catches him with the tip of the slow.
The slow slide, kind of looking like Gordeau there for a second from Straylight.
Shades of 3C. All right, but Onyx gets Worm set one more time. Going to go for some standard mix. No, was trying to actually, I think, bait out that guard thrust initially, but still ended up coming out right there. CS on the Smurf Spear once again with a quick assault. JC.
Taken down. With these players, it has been back and forth. And Straylight showing the role in the Worm situation once again.
Yeah, it's a pretty safe option that you have to do unless the Merkaba player is fully ready to full sender right there. Dive kick not working out once again. Spaced slightly too out. So Straylight going to get another big hit right here. Going to use this potentially on their path to victory.
Check it out here. Chain shift available. Spent here for Straylight. Meter now available. Plus frames off the 6-6C.
Slide not connecting this time, but the 6-2-3B going to connect with the 2-2C to bring him back to the ground. Onyx dude tying it up 1-1. It's match point for these players.
And the meter is so close here. No player has an advantage. Match point, and this is for winner's side.
There's one more guard thrust out. Say no, thank you. I don't want to deal with this. Please get away from me. I wanna be right here. I want to have to hold this. I want to shoot my beams. And I'm just playing very, very cautious right now.
All right, Straylight trying to maintain this cycle, but will have the disadvantage. We saw Onyx do that concentrate to try and find Straylight moving and then respond with the Surrey grab.
And I'm just keeping the pressure once again, finding the big overhead this time. Onyx dude going to be able to get the 2PC extension as well. Get a lot of extra damage, a lot of extra mix right here. One more time, Onyx dude coming back at the very end with those last 2 rounds to close it out.
What an incredible set between these two. It felt so close, and just the way that the tempo of the game played as both of them adapted to each other's playstyle, how they were playing, showing it Straylight once again.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I hate to say, that was peak uni. It was so good.
That was a very classic set in just how these players were playing. These are both players who have a very, and this is not like in a negative way at all, but an older mindset just from playing the game for a long time, seeing these older versions of the game and like recognizing, hey, we want to play this patient, longer game that we've traditionally seen for a lot of Claire, a lot of ST, where it's just, hey, these games go to time, and we want to do that. That is how we like to play the game. But when those two players are playing against each other, it can really be a scary situation for both of them. It's like, oh, if we're both playing for time, then who's going to win? We have no idea.
Someone's got to be going in.
Yep.
And kind of figuring that out seemed so interesting, the way that it was discovered, how Onyx do kind of figured out that he was the beatdown, that when he was going in, he was winning more often, and then how Straylight had to try and slow that down once again.
Absolutely, yeah. And excellent stuff, though, from Onyx. Excellent stuff from Yokai as well, putting in the work. And up next, we got some players that we've seen before potentially sitting down.
Oh yeah, we got Cow Defenestrator coming back on. We saw earlier on in the pool such a dominating performance from Cow.
Yes.
So I'm excited to see how Lebez is able to deal with it, to adapt to such a strong Yuzu player.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It'll be Cow was in the previous games that we've been seeing them play was looking very was really running away with the games, right? Was never really in a situation where it felt like they were in too much danger, but that always changes the further that you get down in the pool.
We go, buttons secured here, and so excited to see how Lebez deals with it, because Yuzuriha does have, pretty sizable weaknesses, and I feel like so far it's just all looked like strengths.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of her weaknesses are based around not only her it's really her offensive options, not in neutral situations. If she has to stay up close, if you're able to actually get through the neutral aspect of it, she can have some of a hard time opening people up unless the player is able to surpass those gaps. But we haven't been able to see that happen because of her neutral game being so good.
Okay. Opened up here off of the force function into a 2A mash.
All right. And this is Cow just looking very, very clean, right? Finding a couple of great openings in the beginning and using that 2-1-4C to close it out with the CS as well. Yeah, just very, very tight gameplay for Cow right now, saying, hey, I'm just going to be playing my Yuzu gameplay, and it's up for you to figure out how to beat it.
Yeah, that dominating neutral that Cow is known for. That's what people say, that Yuzu has bad advantage state, but it feels like she has advantaged all neutral. Guaranteed punish added to Uni 2 with the back throw here.
Yeah. No need to have to worry about shielding. You still can to get a better punish. You'll be able to get a 6-framer, but Yuzu, I don't think, has a 6-framer that she would rather do than just throw you and get the throw combo off of it, keep you in the corner as well. Okay, yeah, just waiting for that patience right there, right? Seeing like, hey, Lebez has been like pretty aggressive on their options, trying to do whatever they can to make sure they can close it out. If I just play really cautious and wait, I can deal with everything that's going on.
He tries to find the shield on the final hit of that plus extension, but oh, look at all the grit being earned by Cow right now, threatening Celestial.
Yeah. Oh, but 4B going to be connecting right at the tip of that extended hurt box right there, but not able to cash it out. So Cow just CSing, wants to get out of the situation, and cashes him with the cross-up low.
Yeah, the air Surrey command grab going the wrong direction there. Sorry, hit grab. And now Cow, excellent corner positioning, whiff throw into the mash. Going to work out here for Cow.
Set up one more. CS. Yeah. Oh, that still caught him out of it. The 2360 was not quick enough. Thought they were going to be looking for something to come a little closer. The parry connects right at that last hit, and Cow taking game number 1.
Perfect little response there. If you put something that reactable out against Yuzuriha, she can always respond with that 4B.
So now just keeping it safe. Great early catch. You're now seeing Cow like really be like, okay, Lebez likes to play at these angles. I'm going to specifically try to dash and pilot around those so I don't have to deal with them. He slashes very, very safe.
Clutch shield there by Lebez, going to earn them the cycle and that additional meter from it. The backdash twice, but Cow Defenestrator playing a rush down Yuzu right now, just covering that distance every time.
Yeah, and also covering the 236C, but was not close enough to get the throw punish on it. So Lebez kept themselves safe for a little bit, but now Cow right back and holding that neutral.
And a good starter pushing to the corner here.
Okay. It's safe. Oh, that was shield, very scary. Same with that green shield right there, but still going to be working out for them as Cow now has to find an opportunity to open up in the corner. This is where Yuzu players can sometimes have some difficulty if their opponent's willing to just down back.
Yes, but I mean, Lebez has to do something eventually. If Lebez had the life advantage there, that could have been a win condition, but Cow can just threaten knowing that Lebez has to move, has to eventually mash to tack on this damage.
I really like this from Lebez. They've been switching to use those 236Cs as gap closer options from slightly further out, forcing it so that Cow's like, oh, I'm just reacting it, but they can't actually get the proper punishes that they're looking for. But it's not going to matter too much with this combo, even though it got scaled pretty hard. It's still going to be closing that out. Cow sitting match point now.
And we saw Lebez get a good hit there into Worm set, but unfortunately, Merkava Worms are only invincible if he has his Vorpal trait active. So Cow really easily just able to snipe the Worm with a quick slash, get it off the screen.
See, okay, run up throw, forcing them to try to catch the Worms, get a little bit extra Worm damage as well, hitting them from behind. But now staggering out, trying to find new opportunities to use that CS mix, but Cow gets a nice 2A Abare, throws whiz for both players, oh no!
A little too spaced out there, and what generally happens is the throw whiff will extend your hurt box enough where the next player throws the hit, but even then, they were so far away from each other.
Just keeping it safe. This time, see, we're too close for this. I'm going to be able to guarantee my throw punish right here.
And Lebez now losing that all-important life lead. That is your option. That forces Yuzuriha to overextend on pressure, but the unblockable with the charge force function. Infinite worth available. Will the minimum damage be enough?
Dino goes into the IWEX as well. Should be able to close it out. I wanted to add a little bit of flair to the end, but never unplug the controller until you see that victory scene cross up.
The ultimate slash will be enough. Fist bump there between Cow and Lebez.
Yeah.
Continuing on the winner's side, Cow still looking so dominant here.
Yes, looking very, very strong, very confident in their game plan. I'm very excited to see them move on to the next stage of pools.
Likewise, so excited to see Cow play some more, and kind of the hero of this pool's coming up next. Seen him play so many times here. The Tsurugi Goat.
Tsurugi Goat is back. However, they have to play against who I'm now calling the funniest player because they are playing on a Guitar Hero hitbox.
All right, plugging in here on the Guitar Hero controller, looking like a Dark Souls challenged run here at Combo Breaker.
That's crazy. That's actually sick because I've seen like Yosuke's has the Guitar Hero controller with the stick instead of the strum bar, but just having the leverless on there, that actually. I'm thinking ergonomics. I might want to try that. That actually seems like it might be better for my wrists.
checking out the hand pain potential of the Guitar Hero controller.
Yeah.
This may be the new optimal. It's 5 years from now, leverless instead. It's going to be Guitar Hero.
I have so many broken guitars lying around. I'm brainstorming now.
All right, come. I want this. I need the Tsurugi to make it out of pools.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they can get through right now because they have to deal with the Carmine who's going to be rocking out in this match. Let's see who can take it.
Carmine does look like a metal type of person. Got the long hair and everything, and now we got to rock out here. Use our defensive OSs on the frets. Junebug coming in.
And early, though, going for a 2-3-6 connection right there for Toren. Keeping the aggression. I love how we're actually seeing like adaptations on how Toren's playing over the course of the tournament. They were just very, very aggressive, kind of like being pretty wild and a little unpredictable from the beginning. But now you're seeing these options that have been working out for them again come out as like really, really refined. However, Junebug is saying, nah, you got to hold everything that Carmine's dealing with. You may be able to get through everyone else, but can you get through me?
Okay. Oh, that was air unblockable after the Blood Rain.
Oh, good pickup as well. Not enough for the Spire to connect right there, but force function stance coming out and finding that low once again. That's been working wonders for them on these upcoming pressure situations. Yeah, just get command grab.
Luckily gets thrown away from the corner in that situation, but the overhead will connect. Torin kind of struggling here. The bionic arm the first time not working out, but still winning the scramble afterwards. Torin again, the unrelenting aggression.
Oh, and I like using the 5 area. They're trying to just do a meaty setup, but recognizing that they were going for delay tech. Would have almost allowed Torin to get into a safer situation, but Junebug then quick tech out of that. Now gets to control the spacing once again, but Torin out of pixel. We've seen him make these comebacks before. Let's see if they can do it again.
Oh, bionic arm gonna whiff there. Junebug's so good at kind of retreating against a player who is so offensive.
Yeah, and I think it's that shows a level of comfortability in this Tsurugi matchup, which is something not everybody has if they're not actively grinding against another Tsurugi player. I mean, like if you want to keep using that 2-3-6C, that option that just allows you to kind of skip neutral, like I'm just gonna stay away from you and not even deal with it. But here we go. Finding great call and response on all of these options that are coming out. 6-2-3 is going to connect, and it's going to lead to another hard knockdown. Should cash out to 100 as well. Can bring in the Bloodhouse if they want.
Yeah, we'll go for it. The prison. Concentrate, get the A, goes low, faking the increase and the fuzzy.
Yeah, got it off the initial high-low mix, but the fuzzy is always what gets everybody. CDP not going to connect. Junebug will connect that combo, though, to punish it. Now sitting at match point.
What a dangerous situation to be in. One win away from making it out of pools, but no. This is it. Your tournament life on the line. 129th is a possibility for one of these players.
Oh, nice throw over there. Great recognition from Toren, but you're going to get grabbed of your own, slurped into the corner, have to hold the mix and the fuzzy afterwards, but no, CDP going to connect this time.
Do or die, you know that Torin is going in. Nice little jump special move there to make sure that you don't get hit by EX command grab.
Right, but CS, tried to dash up, but I got caught on the early parts of their dash block, I think.
Did you see the little guitar guard change there to be able to do the fist bump there? That was a superstar move from Junebugs. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Junebug, just showing the world how they rock and putting in the work there. Congrats to them making it on 4, and I hope to see that controller more in the future parts of this tournament.
Oh, yeah. What a player to make top 128. So excited to see Junebug take it on, first of all, a powerful character, but also, playing the risk mitigation, so we saw Torin just run over people, and all the retreating, using the guard thrust to push Torin away. Like, fantastic play.
Yeah, it was very, just the consistent, very, like, patient game plan was, it's not something that you see from every Carmine player, right? A lot of Carmine players want to be very aggressive because that is where the character excels, like aggressive in a knockdown, just looping my Oki again and again and again and again. However, you see it with, like, oh, I'm going to play patient, I'm going to let you do your thing, and then I'm going to capitalize on that. It can really lead to a lot of success, and I think that is where we saw June really do well.
June's so good. Well, we got Jolene Donut coming back on the phone on here, going up against TWTH.
All right. Jolene back in action. The phone on we saw earlier. We'll see, if they're able to clutch it out and make it out, or if TWTH can capitalize on it. Yeah,
TWTH has dodged the stream setup so far today. Meanwhile, we did see Jolene Donut looking super, like, excellent fundamentals with a lot of the phone on matchup experience, as well as how she likes to control space, using the projectile, using the increase to pull you back in.
Yeah, we'll have to see, are they able to clutch it out here, or will TWTH show the path to victory with this Londarekia here? And right now, Jolene finds an early couple of counter hits and be able to now finally capitalize on that second hit. Just getting damage where they can right now, but a 5B going to work out for TWTH.
People have been complaining about that button for the corner carry and damage that it deals, but it looks like TWTH does not have the conversion on deck. A little drop there, but we're fine. We're finding the reset for TWTH.
Here we go, T360 going to connect, and now getting some good damage, finds a 5-8 counter hit, but was just looking for a tick throw, so they're still going to get it. Sea Geyser does not connect right there. TWTH able to keep themselves safe and take that first round.
Excellent maneuvering around Phonon's only lifeline, her only invincible option.
Ice Cream coming down, though, wanting to just check Jolene and say, hey, you don't get to do that. You gotta see the stop sign.
Yeah, not able to get, the most of it, though. Ice Rain, you can't convert off of it in the mid-range, but because Jolene was full screen, there was no conversion overhead off of the force function.
Here we go, still finding these hits where we can't get the full ender, so TWTH going to take advantage of that. Find extension. Oh, but these Rekkas are unfortunately missing right at the very end, so Jolene going to keep themselves safe and try to make something happen.
Ice Rain out, and here comes the conversion we were talking about. Gonna get big damage.
All right. Oh, caught with the overhead. That's really good using the 4CC right there from TWTH. Just, it's one of those things that obviously it's pretty slow, and you can try to punish within the gap right there. But if your opponent's not ready for it, they're just holding down back, expecting you to do something pretty crazy. It will open them up just like that. Now here we see TWTH trying to open them up once again, zoning them out with these P36 series projectiles.
Oh, dangerous cycle war here, but Jolene will come out on top in the end.
Catching them out once again, sets up the flower this time, and with the forward tech as well, almost risk getting hit by it, but TWTH now just keeping it very patient.
Kind of scrambling a little bit too much here. Every time Jolene techs out, she is mashing, and it has been devastating until right now, where it does connect.
Keep the fireball game going right there. Flower set in the neutral is very, very risky if Jolene was willing to just hard commit to trying to blow it up. But TWTH able to make it work for them right now. Fireball's connecting, but Ice Rain coming up close. Gets hit with the 6-6C.
Nash is behind it, opened up with Rekka.
Setting him out once again. Keeps getting hit by the tips of all these buttons. TWTH's going to take that to the bank if they can, but Jolene finds a good 2A out. This is the chance for them to get the party started. I'm sorry, I cursed you.
Oh, no. Potential last hit here. Easy conversion for TWTH. Just follow the Rekkas in, and that's it. Yeah,
that's it.
TWTH, you won twice.
Yeah, sometimes on that stream setup and in the heat of the tournament, like I forget how many games I've played all the time.
Oh, yeah. Especially when the first game goes really long, it'll be like, oh, is that the set? Oh, that was game one?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
That was a barn burner. That was tough. Well, here we go.
Always gets us. It always gets me. You got TWTH right there, so. But up next, we got,
Straylight coming back on once again, East Coast, repping the Lunar Phase LP tag.
Yeah, doing good work with the LP guys over there out in New York. Shoutouts to the shoutouts to all the LP guys. Not a couple of them didn't make it out. Like Lem, I know isn't here, which is unfortunate. But shoutouts to all the New York homies. We miss you here in the Midwest right now. But it looks like it is Straylight versus, I don't recognize that player. I'm gonna be real, but we'll find out in just a moment. So make sure to stay tuned as we take a look and listen to the character select to figure out who they're playing.
Yeah, still rocking the Kaguya. Oh, we got Luful in the back for the New York City chant right now. New York City phone on coming out here. So I want to know what he's explaining right now because he just keeps pointing at the screen.
He's explaining something, so we'll have to ask him after this block what was going on. But we got Sura up as against Straylight's opponent, playing the Enkidu into the Kaguya, which will be a little interesting, right? Like, normally you would think on paper, like, oh, Enkidu might struggle with this, but the tools of 6FF and a lot of the other options that they can do, it can be very, very scary for the Kaguya to try to be, press their buttons since they're a little bit more committal.
All right, well, we would hope that Straylight, with local Enkidu Chris Bardot, would know this matchup a little bit, but has kind of cornered themselves using the grenade to escape, though. Straylight off to the races here.
And just keeping their reps pretty consistent. We didn't get to see a lot in the last game they played of finding these kind of routes, right? We only got to see a handful of them come through just because of the game that was being played. But now the aggression has been turned up between both of these players, and we're going to be connected both left and right. Straylight not able to find an EX ender, though, with that last little bit of VO, so let that meter go to waste.
Veil off an excellent answer there. Does get you out of grid break state if it connects, so that was a great option for Straylight to kind of redeem themselves of a big mistake of getting grid broken early on in the match.
Great anti-air right there coming out from Straylight. Going to be able to clutch it out by spending the meter? No, doesn't even need to. Doesn't even need to. But we'll do it anyway. Style point.
That one doesn't count.
Well,
that was just for the duration, just for the cutscene.
It's great actually with Uni 2 that you can do these EX enders at the very end, and if the combo kills before it doesn't spend your meter. So you can always do it just to make sure that you can guarantee those rounds.
All right, I'm so curious. What a force anti-air.
They were out of it, and then they dashed back into the force function, so ended up getting hit, which now forces Straylight to VO once again.
Oh, sneaking in with the combat roll. Sura dealing a grip of damage here and taking the corner positioning.
Yeah, getting it, jump as well right there. Great roll out, and now punishing that forward attempt from Sura, and now getting hit with the grenades.
Ooh, danger here, but 660 not connecting, and attack from Sura.
Once again, 2-2-A, but a big charge 4C. Gonna work for Sura, saying, hey, you thought I wasn't pressing, but it was.
Looking to beat the final match of our block here, and what a match it's looking to be. The back and forth between these two has been incredible.
Yeah, let's see, who's able to come in on top, because we're still in this first game. We don't know. Anything is possible. Dive kick. Keep it in there, stay close, charge 6FF, trying to get Straylight to bait on something, but they're staying patient. They were waiting for that chain sheet to come through, and now teching out these throws, really trying to keep this midstream pressure up.
Oh, big parry there. Threatening still has the option of an EX to extend pressure, but Straylight has been in control with those anti-airs. Now taking us to the corner. Bar to spend, will spend it. Straylight getting the knockdown in the corner.
Yep. Gets the reaction tech. Nice parry over there from Sura, seeing that, hey, Straylight wanted to be aggressive, but they tried to do it one too many times and was able to clip them out. Straylight sitting up 1-0 now.
Oh, did you see the finger on the chin there before Sura? Give it a little smirk there. I think we figured something out, and that has been wake-up parry.
Yeah, but, you already see Yokai trying to bait it out a little bit, right? But now that they're trying to bait it out, you got these aggressive dash-up attempts that Sura can use to regain control, but Straylight is more than willing to play patient and then react to what you're going to do if you want to be that aggressive. And we're going to see that happen once again here. Kaguya orbs coming out and about.
Excellent little stagger there, but Sura ready with the throw at the end.
Okay, great press right there, being able to catch the roll attempt over there from Straylight. This is like the first time we've seen Sura really get a big reward like this. We've seen, towards the later ends of the game, but now being able to control the dominance of the mash, but can't find any big connection right there, but lost the guard thrust.
Beating the guard thrust there with the block and winning the cycle once again. Sura pushing the advantage here, throwing the roll for the grid break. Fail off once again. You've seen Straylight do that so.
Straylight, you should know this, that FF first hit is a low, but we'll just IW anyways with a little bit of that VO meter left. Damage evening up Surge just has to play patient. Has to find only one brief opportunity to open them up.
Oh, the devastating mid from Straylight after being grid broken twice in perhaps the shortest duration in Under Night ever.
Good early pickup though from Straylight. You know, finding that like jump over that Sora was doing, trying to do anything they can to open up, but Straylight just able to play patient. Staggering out right now, trying to force them to bite. CS Parry gonna toss him back into the corner.
And the corner swap from Parry is so important, but the rising button here from Straylight to beat the throw attempt.
Yeah, recognizing that throw is going to come, so 171 their way out of there, and they keep just jumping back into these force funks. It's always a little bit more active than you think. Nice shield on the 6-6 right there. Now being able to get an actual punish on there and deal a whole rip of damage.
All right, Meter gives a slightly better knockdown, but now no access to Infinite Worth. And a nice little pop-up there by Shura, running the stagger pressure and winning the cycle. Throw, one-hit situation here now.
Catches them with the low 2C. Guard throws out, not getting blocked this time, and gets clipped with the lasers from full screen, but doesn't finish
Oh,
the
no,
play.
no, the force function. We've seen that so many times, and it will be the throw for Straylight to take it here and make it into loser side of top 128 at Combo Breaker 2024.
Putting it in for New York, another slot in the roster here, making it out of their pools on the loser side.
Fantastic play between those two, putting in a ton of work, and what a match to end it on as well. So close, and almost Shura got such a lifeline there at the end with the drop. I thought that may have been it, the mistake that haunted Straylight.
Yeah, it almost was, but Straylight able to clutch it out, close it out, and move on forward out to the next stage of pools, which should be starting up pretty soon, actually, right after this block right here. So, you know.
It's been a pleasure commentating with you, watching all these matches in these pools, but we're continuing on to the round 2 of this block of Uni 2, top 128.
As always, thank you all for tuning into the pools portion. Make sure to check out the round 2 pools portion. I've been Tabby.
I've been Deadward.
And stay tuned for these ads from our wonderful sponsors.